Some problems don't just wait on a to-do list. They linger. They creep into the back of your mind when the world goes quiet. Over a year ago, I made a couple videos about 10 of those problems, my biggest problems at the building, the kind that don't just wait for morning. And one of the worst, the brickwork. In a few spots, it's not just worn, it's failing. Whole sections crumbling, mortar turning to dust. The kind of thing you can't patch up with wishful thinking. That's why Alex from Midwest Brick Doctor is back. This is part 2 of his visit, where he walks me through how to bring these walls back from the brink. Because when your building is over 100 years old, every repair is a fight against time. And today we're learning how to win a few rounds. And for those of you who've been around the channel for a while, and you follow my journey closely, if you would like to see a different perspective, because Alex also filmed his time and his experience here at the building, I encourage you to go over and visit his channel, and I'm going to put the links to his videos about this trip in the description below. So if you'd like to see that just, from a different perspective, head on over and give him a like and support him, because he has done an amazing job in supporting us on this journey. Okay, Alex is back. It's bright and early in the morning.
Got a nice hamstring workout going up this ramp.
Carrying sand buckets, yeah.
Sand, cement.
We don't have the elevator going quite yet.
All that good stuff.
But quick primer, this is one of the challenges that makes me lose sleep at night.
So yeah, I'm gonna get a whole bunch done for you today.
Okay. And I'll learn a little bit, and then
right.
I can continue on with it, right?
Right.
Okay.
And another thing I forgot to mention yesterday, when doing anything outside, the mortar's gonna lighten up after a few days. Let me catch my breath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody else is always out of breath, not me.
Oh man.
So anyway, this is basically the result of a leaky gutter. It's just been, you can see that brickwork is all destroyed. And this is the part that was catching all the rain when it was falling. And we've just lost all this.
Alrighty, so back to what I was saying is that when you're doing any type of work outside, normally what's going to happen is you're going to put the mortar on there, and there's going to be like a white sheen that goes onto the brick, and the mortar will lighten up a lot. Now, in order to get this grainier texture, more aggregate showing, you're going to do a muriatic acid wash. With the muriatic acid wash, you'll mix water and muriatic acid, about like 1 part acid to 3 to 4 parts water, and then apply it to the wall, and it'll clean it, let it sit for a few minutes, and then wash it off with water, and that'll give you a nice clean neat appearance. But you gotta wait at least minimum 72 hours, 3 days.
Let it cure.
But it's better for more. If you could wait like a week, do it in a week, let it cure, and then go ahead and wash it. Because no matter what you do, especially on a red brick, it's going to smear on there no matter what, and you're going to need to wash it. So all the new buildings that are built right now, get that acid wash when they're done, and that's how they get to be so neat and clean. And I was again looking at the window sills in front. I really do think that you should do limestone instead of anything else. So because the brick,
in the front, and then all this other stuff we can do concrete,
yeah,
right?
You do concrete, whatever you want to do. Nobody's gonna look at it. So
okay.
The front for sure. The front brickwork wise looks really good, except the sills
and some of the tuck pointing,
and maybe a few. There's not really brick spalling but I think what it is maybe that side gets a lot of sun.
Yeah, and this side gets all the wind too. Yeah. The wind and the rain, and the gutters are real bad on this side.
So that side, to be honest, that's the most important side for you, and it's working out pretty good. So,
yeah.
You got lucky on that one.
So yesterday, we replaced these floor joists because the water that was getting in also rotted those out. So now those are all repaired. What are you guys doing?
If this was just a little bit bigger.
Try to
We're
jack the floor
jacking this
up.
up an inch.
Oh yeah,
So
so those
rotted out, so
those joists rotted out and don't make it to the
the
legs.
joists
there.
have sank about an inch.
We gotta fix it before we can put the brick on.
That's the water coming in rotted the ends of those boards, and they're not sitting on anything. So we got to replace those.
Chris, do you know what these things are?
I don't know, but I got several of them.
Okay, good. Then
I know that they're pure aluminum.
I can drill a hole in it then, and it won't matter.
Right. Yeah. Let me see that guy.
We need a hole that's
We found these in the building. We don't know what they are, but they're pure aluminum.
like a 5/8 inch hole we need. The building provides.
Somebody said they thought they were for daisy chaining batteries or something together, but
I don't know about that.
it sounds weird, right?
I don't think you want to use aluminum as that.
Yeah. Well, I just shake my head and say, huh, okay. I wouldn't even have the sense to doubt it. And this where the brick starts today, that's the most important part, right?
Yes, yeah.
Because that's the trickiest stuff to do. But then once the wall starts going up, then I can start
Yep.
my own novice way trying to fill it in.
Yep.
So if you guys are interested in the professional way of mixing this stuff, look at the video that we posted just last time.
Yep. It's a little bit bit harder this time because there's a lot more stuff in here, but you just got to make sure you get everything from the bottom.
Out of the corners and all that.
Yep. Kind of fluff it like this. Make it all going out so instead of just pulling it.
Shuffling cards.
Yep.
That's a good 10 minutes of solid mixing, yeah?
So I was just thinking about it right now, and I was gonna tell you when you first start off, you're a laborer, and I would just back to back mix these.
Yeah.
Back to back. No mixer or anything like that. They give me wheelbarrow, sand, cement, mix them, send them up, do another one.
Wow.
It's not easy, but I mean,
Because, for me, I would just start mixing it. I'd be like, 3 minutes and say, it looks mixed to me.
well, the hardest thing is this, to get the right consistency, and that's why it looked like I was working it so hard, because you naturally want to put more water, so it's a lot easier for you to mix, but if you start doing that, then you're going to be soupy.
Yeah.
And all the masons out there, that if a laborer sends you up soup, that you're gonna be pissed off. So I know not to do that, and just needs a little bit of extra work. Make sure you're grabbing everything from the bottom. And another thing too is same thing like baseball. When your grandpa tells you or your dad tells you to choke up on the bat, same thing with the hoe. But otherwise, if not, you don't really have all the control.
It's tougher
over it.
than you are, right?
Exactly, yeah. So get close to it.
So when you're working as a mason, especially a young guy like you, are there times when you just don't have work to do? Or are you just booked up months
Sometimes,
out?
depending on what jobs you're doing, a lot of jobs are different. Say if these guys are grinding all day or something like that, then you're just down there getting them whatever they need. But then there's days to where, they're tuck pointing or laying brick, and then you're just constantly making mortar, sending it up on the rope. Even one time, one of the guys I was working with, I was sending up the mortar, and he was getting pissed because I wasn't sending it up fast enough. And he sends down a bucket of his, poop. And I had to dump
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, and he's like, Mo, we just go dump it over there in the sewer. I'm like, what? This is disgusting. And I go and I start pouring in the sewer, and it's just there. And he's like, just spray it with the hose, And I'm like, oh, man.
No, I don't know if I can put that in here.
Yeah, so
I did not see that one coming.
no, there's a lot of nasty stuff that. I mean, it's all guys working together. Like I was telling you earlier, you're working with each other every single day. You're bound to do stuff like that. You got to keep a laugh every day. We used to throw stuff at each other.
Hopefully not what was in that bucket.
Right, yeah, no. Throw stuff at each other, play funny music. Just do a whole bunch of fun stuff because you got to make it interesting because this work is not easy.
You got to have some kind of pleasure.
You have to. So whether it be anything else, you just got to have fun And don't get me wrong, we do get into it a lot of times. A lot of times we want to throw hands with each other. It has happened, but
Wow.
we're all guys at the end of the day, so.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is that the next day or an hour later, we'll be cool with each other again. So.
Yeah, that happens with me and Bob. We throw down all the time.
Oh, I'm sure.
He gave me a sneaky left the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, Bob's a cool guy. Bob's a cool guy. Sometimes there's guys where you meet and they're just so nice. You don't want to be mad. You don't want to be mad at them. You can't.
Yeah.
As mad as you are, you don't want to be mad at them.
Yeah, that's Bob. But I don't even. I like. I'm
now
the type
you
person.
want-
I don't get too mad. I'll throw a hammer once in a while when.
Yeah, you on the other hand, you piss me off. But nah, you're all cool. It's all been fun. I wish I can come down here a little bit.
We're closer, yeah.
Yeah, like if I was like an hour away, I would do it. But 3.5 hours is kind of pushing it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, you gave us a great start on all this stuff. So
Yeah. You cut all these, and then you just kind of look down on it to see if it's plumb. Like as far as the brick is not like tilting back or forth like that.
Oh yeah.
And you can just kind of keep an eye on it if so, and tap a little that way, or a little in the back, something like that.
Okay.
But all I'm doing is I'm just trying to connect it off, this course. So basically the existing course, I'm gonna level it off of here and meet it over there.
Okay.
And a 2-foot level will be good for this area right here.
And that's what determines how much mortar it's sitting on, right? Because
It's always good to put more. So exactly how you see it here, it's always good to put more. And then if you need to, then you just put the level on like this. And what I do is I start on this side so I can meet that brick. I'll tap, 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 tap until the end hits that brick. And then I'll look here. Okay, I got to go a little bit more this way. And then I'll keep going, and then I'll just follow it, and it'll reach that one.
it'll meet up there.
Yeah, so. But a lot of this stuff is kind of a little bit uneven. So it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah, the whole
but
building is wavy,
yeah.
right? Like so.
It'll line up. It'll be okay. Plus, it's under this thing, so
Yeah.
it's not in the front either.
So she's coming up.
Yeah, she is. Slowly but surely. Well, she's going up pretty fast. I can't say slowly but surely.
Yes. Don't call me Shirley. Can I? That joke is way overused.
Oh gosh. I actually never heard that one before.
It's from it's that movie Airplane, right?
Oh man.
Yeah.
So I got a story about that. So when I first started working, let me come out there. First started working for a bigger company. After I left my grandpa, I first started with this guy named Sergio. He was a single guy, probably around like 45, 50 years old. And for the first day, he just takes me around, driving around for jobs, talking, getting to know him. He's got his dog right with him. It's a blue nose pit. We're driving around in the truck, going to look at, a few different jobs. And he looks at me and he says, asking me questions, my experience, whatever. And then he looks at me, he turns to me, he says, hey, I got a question. I'm like, oh, what's the question? And he goes, have you ever seen a grown man naked? And I was like, what? I'm like quiet in the seat. At the time I'm 17 years old. I'm looking over, I'm like, and after that point, I didn't know if I wanted to come back to the job site or not. So what I did was I went home and I went to go tell my old boss I was working for. I was like, yeah, I just started for the guy you sent me to, and he's saying all this weird stuff. And he starts laughing. He said it's from the movie Airplane. So I was like, oh, thank God. So I still kept it up with that guy, So, but that scared me.
Yeah. That.
And then he turns over to me and says, hey, Junior, you know what? You got some really nice lips. I was like, oh, man. I was like, come on, dude. Person there with some bonding brickwork.
So I didn't have the video on, but he was just saying that we need to lay some in perpendicular, which ties it all together.
Yep. Sometimes I forget.
Yeah. But you didn't forget this time. We'll put them in.
Yep.
I need to go back and watch all the movements
Yep.
for doing this, so I can try.
It's hard to get. It's gonna feel really weird. It really is. I gotta find another little screw like that again. That's how you build a wall fast.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the... What's the word? Bombing it in. Because,
Bombing them in,
because it's the middle.
So we're gonna brick your gun already.
It doesn't have to be pretty, so... Okay, enough juvenile humor.
Yeah, I can tell Bob's back.
So, we're coming up on the end of our weekend, and we've squeezed about as much as we can get done. We got that new door put in, and I was just telling Alex that putting this all back together is like giving the building a shot of penicillin. So,
Yep, yes it is.
She was definitely sick.
yeah. And so he's going to get it tied in with these perpendicular bricks up here, and that's where we're going to stop. And then I'm going to try to use all my new mastery of masonry to continue up to where the windowsill is, but we'll save that for a different video.
Yeah.
Masonry, I like that.
Mastery of masonry. Check this out. This is like perfect again, and we can roll a cart through
You know
here.
that one down there?
This is not perfect.
You know that one down there?
It's perfect.
That was 6 inches tall?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that one. You can roll a cart into that room.
I've never been able to use a cart in this hallway, but now I can.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
4 inch.
The one over there was huge.
Oh my gosh. It's actually a floor now. Can't believe it. Awesome.
Functionality over there.
Yeah. I can't believe it. The break room is actually sealed. There's going to be no rain pouring in here. Oh, that's so awesome. And then now I can patch in these windows with Lexan or Plexi. And this room is sealed up. We can pour in a new floor here, get this tin walls to stop chipping. And maybe this can be our break room or our office with a microwave and a desk for the computer. Some of the things that I've been dreaming about for a long time are actually starting to happen, which is incredible. So, Alex, basically what he's done is he's done the hard work and did all the stuff that required the most skill. Patching in down there around the floor and stuff. And this is what's left. We're gonna give it a shot and see if we can do that. So.
Yeah, it's like putting lipstick on a pig. You try to make it as pretty as you can, but in restoration work, you just try your best to match everything the best that you can, and that's what we've done.
Yeah.
So it's a lot better than what it was.
I'll have to just bring it up to here.
Yep.
And put our
And
new
also, too,
our new sill in.
Make sure tomorrow that we tie this middle one to that.
Oh yeah, the middle to the outside.
Correct. Yeah, just throw a couple ties in there.
And then the rest can just be regular flat ones across there.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. So we're just letting it set for a little bit, for a few minutes, and then we're gonna brush it, clean it up, and make it look pretty. But also the other thing we got is a little tuck pointing lesson. He's gonna teach me how to.
Yeah, I'm gonna teach him. It's gonna be a little interesting, but he'll learn a little bit of something. He'll learn a little bit of something from what I'm giving him. It ain't gonna be perfect, but that's how you learn. Hey, we all start somewhere.
That's right. So we're gonna learn how to push mortar in because the building basically needs to have somebody doing that full time for like 6 summers in a row, just all around the building. So, but I'm excited that I'm gonna learn and I can go around getting the worst eyesore parts done myself. So, yeah. So all around the building are these little areas where the mortar is basically completely gone, and I mean, most of it's all okay, right? But there just are these random places where it needs to be.
And who knows what that's from? I mean, we just call it washout, that it's been washed out, because we're not seeing any like cracks or any deformations like that. The mortar just washed away. So we say over time that rain takes it out, Whether it be maybe the mix was too sandy this was just a weak spot in the mortar, but this is probably the easiest thing to fill in, and that's what we're going to start with.
Okay. And this is so deep you don't even have to grind it out, right?
Exactly.
It's like so empty that like
Exactly. Call a hawk. Put a little scoop on there, and this is what we're going to do. Since we have two different size joints for this one, and this is the front, we're going to do cross joints with this one, and then bed joints with this one here.
cross joints are vertical, bed joints are
Correct. And first we start off with our bed joints.
okay.
So we can start off, you always want to start bottom to top.
Okay.
So you'll start off wherever you want, right here.
So I just like chop some off like that, right?
So in this case, for you, what I would do is put the hawk right to the joint.
Okay.
Try to line it up like that.
Like that.
And what you need to do is angle the trowel and push the mortar in at the same time.
Like that?
Yep. And then push it in there and try to dig it in. Angle a little bit more and try to dig it in there.
Okay. Yeah, because there's a lot missing, yeah?
Yep. So right now we're teaching Chris how to tuck point. Kind of scratching my head a little bit here. I don't know what's going on. But he's doing an all right job. So yeah, so you're doing a little bit too much excess. Maybe you're not pushing too hard. Yeah, push a little harder. There you go. So now you got the mortar in there.
Okay.
So basically what you're gonna want to do now is do it flat.
Flat, like this.
Exactly. So you're gonna put the hawk. So now you're tuck pointing the brick. So put the hawk exactly how we did in the beginning.
Okay.
Right up,
this?
no, a little higher. Yeah. And now you're gonna go flat with the joint. Right now you're at a 45-degree angle, as flat as you can. There you go, like that. Okay, now leave that alone.
Leave that alone.
Like that, okay? And then we're gonna go, yeah, you can either go up to the side or go up to the top. But whenever we're tuck pointing, go right to left.
Right.
So start on this side and go that way.
Oh,
If you were gonna do it like that. I just thought that you were gonna do it like this, but
Okay.
like right here, you would start here and then work your way that way.
Oh, I see. I thought you
Yeah.
meant I had to move my hand right to left. No.
Yeah. This is never gonna be perfect. I'm telling you, you should have seen me when I first started. It was horrible.
Okay. That actually uses a lot more
Mortar, yeah.
than I thought it would.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
So let's get that bed joint in,
Okay.
and after that, then we'll do the cross joint, and then we'll show you maybe how to strike something, and we'll have to wait a little bit. It is in the sun, so it is gonna dry a little bit quicker, and then you can brush with maybe a broomstick or something. You can use any of those little brushes.
Oh, I did it left to right again instead of right to left.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay.
So now here is your head joining tool.
Okay.
So you're still gonna use the hawk.
I got it. You got it? Yep.
Still gonna use the hawk,
Oh, I am. Okay.
and then we're gonna trade tools here.
Okay.
And then you're gonna start off on that bottom one. So this is not the same as far as putting the hawk to the wall. So what you have to do is kind of angle your hawk a little bit like that,
Okay.
and then try to scoop it up with that. It's gonna fall off your trowel on the backside.
Where am I pushing it to? What am I doing here?
So let me give
Okay.
a little bit of a demonstration here.
Okay.
So me, I like to play around with it a little bit. For some odd reason, out of just a habit. But I'll go like this, like that.
Oh, okay.
Put it in.
Oh, I gotcha.
But that's why it's important to do a little bit of a stickier mix, how we do it 2 1/4 to 1. Because if you do it too sandy, then what's gonna happen is the mortar's gonna fall right off your tool. You see how it can stick like that?
Yeah.
So give that a roll.
So.
There you go. You know, sometimes you don't want to. It's better to do a little bit at a time. It's never. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is, but it's just the muscle memory that I have.
Okay.
A little bit at a time is okay first started. If you go too much, hey, you're learning.
Oh, that needs a lot of mortar in there. So.
Yep. So that's the same thing how we did with the bed joints at an angle. Push it in as far as you can.
Okay.
That one's gonna be hard. Yeah, however you feel like you can do it.
Get it in there.
Exactly, there you go. Yep. This is your building at the end of the day. You do what you want, man. I ain't gonna tell you nothing.
I got a plan.
I'm not telling him nothing. However he wants to do it, if he wants to smear it on with his hand, hey, by all means, he can do that.
Okay. All right. So I just made a mess, though.
So that's so that's fine. Like I say, it all
It'll
goes
brush off,
into
yeah?
the brushing, because this is a very smooth face. So you're not gonna get too much into it. And then also we're gonna need an acid wash this for sure. So,
Okay.
so yeah, you're good there. So maybe get this one a little bit more.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna find my sticker.
You have to wait because it's so soft at the moment that if you brush it, it'll pull it out, right?
Right. Exactly.
So that's why you're
Exactly.
okay. And then I'm gonna hit it like this, and it stays on.
There you go. So to me personally, I would go this way like that.
Down,
Yep.
because you're gonna go with the
There you
gravity,
go.
right?
That's perfect right there.
Okay, got
That's
it.
perfect right there.
Yeah, that's a good looking joint.
Yeah. So now
I'm a pro.
so now once you have that in, what we will do is go ahead with a striker. But with the striker, we'll hit the head joints first, and then our beds. So you can
Okay.
try that now. You can put that down.
Okay.
Try that out.
So the head joint is this
Head
one, right?
joints like that.
This is just a piece of metal, right?
Yeah.
Just a pipe.
Yeah. And when we do it, we don't try to dig too much with the tip. It's more so try
The
to
whole-
heel.
the whole length. Okay, the heel. Okay.
Yeah. Because otherwise you could rip it out. So yeah,
Okay.
head joints and then bed joints. So now you come this way because if you go that way, then you're gonna rip it out. Exactly. There you go.
And then just
That
leave
one.
the extra stuff. 'Cause
Exactly. Yep.
it'll brush, right?
Yep. That.
Okay.
And now the top one. And then the next thing that you do, in the sense, say that we have waited a little bit of time and this has started to dry a little bit, which it's not ready right now. But what you will do is we'll come with the tip of the trowel right about this height of the brick, and right
Just
at
to
the
catch
bottom
it, just enough to catch it.
to get the ears. We call the ears off the brick. Get all the excess off, which makes it dry a lot quicker, and that's the reason why we do it. And then we'll wait a little bit. This is important now. Wow, man. Really?
It's important.
Come on, Bob.
I've got nervous.
I'm like-
It was important.
Fingers.
So yeah, so it's important that we do wait to make sure that this dries, and then we'll brush at a 45-degree angle in order to get all the excess off of the brick. Now you're still gonna see like this sheen that I'm talking about here,
Right.
And that's what the muriatic acid is gonna take off.
And that's a couple days later.
A couple days later, minimum 72 hours. If you do it any sooner than that, then
gonna-
you can weaken the mortar, or
Okay.
it's not going to clean correctly. So,
Okay.
like all this stuff right here, acid will take that right off and it eats it right away. So remember, you could do 4 parts water to 1 part acid, mix it. You could use a little cup to measure that, whatever you want to use. So yeah,
Nice.
that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't know. We'll let the
How are you applying the
viewers
acid?
grade that, but
How do you
And it's-
effective though? But when we get to all of us trying it,
we got another apprentice going right here, left to right. Yeah, he got it. Left to right is the way. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm supposed to go right to left, aren't I?
However you want to do it, brother. Go ahead. However you want to do it.
So he was showing me that you could put that trowel like right up to the
Oh, you can
edge.
catch it.
So we
Okay.
call that
And then just
boarding.
push it
We call
in,
that
yeah.
boarding. Now, in some cases where there's like a wire cut brick, there's like different kinds of brick faces out there. Wire cut brick, you don't want to do that because you'll get all the mortar into the wire cuts. You'll never get it out. It'll be a mess.
Okay.
And that's where the skill comes into place when you're doing something like that. This is perfect beginner wall to learn on.
Oh, perfect.
But it's actually nice that we're doing this right in the front too. You know, practice right in the front of the building.
Oh, maybe we better go to the back, Chris.
But yeah, this is it. Adios, guys. I don't know when I'm gonna be here next, but
And for the Brick and Soul folks, show him some love. His
please
YouTube
don't
channel,
hate too much on me, please. Don't hate too much on me.
Midwest Brick.
Midwest Brick Doctor, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
how can people get hold of you?
Focal Point Masonry. You can look that up on Google. We're out of Des Plaines, Illinois, but we work all around Chicagoland. So you could just look us up on Google, or you can go to my YouTube channel, look at all the videos. I do have an email in the description
Yeah.
that you can take a look at. I got
That's
some more
awesome
stuff.
because when I reached out to him, it was before my video started trending.
Yeah.
And so I was really surprised that you responded.
Yeah.
And I was super excited. But I had to do a little research to find your contact information. But I
Yeah.
guess now you're saying that you're
It's
putting...
because I hide it. And the reason why I hide it is because there's always people out there, and I've seen on so many other different YouTube channels, they get bad Google reviews due to this. But I've said, you know, to hell with it. I'm just going to do it. You guys can put all the bad reviews you want. Whatever. The videos will speak for themselves.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Awesome. So, yeah, show them some love. I'll see you guys next time.
thank you.